yeah, obviously the season is about to close. So yeah, just enjoy spending time at home. Have some side things that I'm running. So yeah,
Mm.
so for me it's just easy now.
Yeah. Are you at the age or the time where you are thinking about it, just being a full-time dad and a husband?
Yeah, obviously having been away from home for so long, uh, coming back home, that obviously have to sunk in. Being able to stay at your own home. So yeah, for me, it's something I definitely consider.
Mm. And I'm not sure if I should ask this now, but it's like it's burning me in a sense that um, I look at your influence at Cape Spurs winning promotion and then being back and now the sad news of being relegated again and just your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'm very very sad for the situation they find themselves in. I have a huge role to play to bring them to the milk and honey again. But yeah, I think overall everyone must take responsibility for what happened. You know, club owners, you know, everyone involved in the club, players, coaches, uh, they should put their hand up and say, listen, yeah, we didn't do enough to maintain the status. So, yeah, for me, I think as a player that was part of them also, I put my hand up. I wasn't good enough for them. So, yeah, I take responsibility also. And I think everyone that's involved with the club should take responsibility.
Hmm. But you say that gracefully, and it takes a lot of courage to say it. But when you look back, I mean, at your career, a football career can be relatively very short. But I mean, you are 39 and you are still playing. What do you attribute for that? Like, what is the secret to your longevity?
I think, you know, consistency, not only on the field of play, but also off the field of play, uh, to have a balanced lifestyle, you know. So for me, your routine is very important. I think when I was younger, I find and develop quickly a routine. I will go about my business, where there's time to work and then there's time to relax. So yeah, for me it was all every year, every season that I played. When I'm in season, 200% focus, and then now it's off season. Now I can spend some time with the family, can do what I like. So yeah, so for me, it's the consistency of your routine and to stay focused in season. Of course, you want to develop as a player. You want to be better every year, every training. You know, you go to training wanting to improve, and I think yeah, that's why I could have played maybe a long career.
Mm. And you are in Bishop Ladies, you're from Bishop Ladies. One would say there's not a lot of role models for you to look up to. But in saying that, you're from Cape Town, where there's plenty of role models, and yeah, in South Africa, where there's also even plenty of role models. Um, when, when you look at your game, your style of play, and what inspired you as you grew up, what would
Mm.
you say? Who was your role model? Who did you just idolize your game around, model your game around?
Yeah, if you look locally, at the time I grew up, there was center backs in the country that was really really good. If you look at Oljon Mabizela, I know his career didn't go as planned, but the time he was at Pirates, phew, you know, I just wanted to make that slide tackle he do every time. So I look up to him the way he played. Oljon Mabizela, at Pirates. And then there's obviously other players, also in the PSL locally. The Craig Bianchis that played for, Mamelodi Sundowns. Fabian McCarthy that was at Chiefs. Those are type of players that I look up to when I was still a baby. So yeah, that's locally for me. I know we had concerns with Fabian. He had a composure, on the ball to play from the back. I like that type thing of him. And then I go back to OJ. OJ had a range of passing, maybe longer passing, and he can make that tackle. He was committed in his tackle, so I like that about Ozone. So yeah,
And you played for Sundowns. Um, I'd say you played for Sundowns when they were starting during their building blocks into a juggernaut that they are now. It's just an immovable sort
yeah.
object. Um, when you look at how they've sustained that, where do you think their secret lies?
I think uh, every business, if you want to be successful, you have to invest in the right people. First of all, that time I was there, a lot of other people was really closely involved. The Trapatona, all those guys. Uh, so Alex Mampela was there, former player also. But I think they invest really wise in the people to run the business, and that's so important. You can't have a person in a high rank that doesn't know nothing about football and nothing about business. So I think first of all, the president really did well. I know you guys is now very long with the club. So I think in that department they really sorted out. They bring Coach Pitso in. They had a lot of other coaches before, but once they bring Coach Pitso in, and then they bring that philosophy back about players needs to be hungry to play for Mamelodi Sundowns. Players need to play for the badge first instead of the money. And I think Coach Pitso bring that to the club. Where we were earning that time. We got win bonuses and those kind of things. When Pitso came, he said, no win bonus, you must play for the badge. And players starting to realize, yes, it's going to become a change in the dynamics. And I think that's the starting point for them to turn things around. And as much as a player, you think, what is the coach doing? Coach, you're taking something nice away from the players. But this was, if you look at now, it's actually good for the players, that stay there and remain there and look at the career that they have now. So I think, your question is that, to get the right people around them. Also, Sundowns, as the time goes on, they also add more technical staff to the team. A lot of people is hands-on. They got a video analyst. They got individual, maybe 3 goalkeeper coaches there, and all those kind of technical team is so strong, so powerful, and that can only drive the team forward positively.
You speak of the influence of someone like Coach Pitso, not only as a coach, but also just how he approaches things to say, don't be excited and happy to get the win bonus,
Mm,
but play for the badge.
mm.
You grow up at an academy team like Ajax Cape Town where you go through the hands of a lot of different coaches. I mean, even for the Han,
Yeah.
just the impacts that he had. You went to Celtic, you went to SuperSport. But working with Pito, how is it and just how highly do you rate him?
No, I have big respect for Pitso. I know we had our differences the time I was at Sundowns, but still, football is football, and you have to give credit where it's due. I think in the time and space when I was there, we were in a transition phase and a rebuilding phase because uh, they fired the Coach Nieskens, and yeah, so part and parcel is like he came in and he changed things around. And for me, I have big respect for him, even though we didn't see eye to eye most of the time. But yeah, when it comes to football, I give respect. I don't take things personal, and for me, if you do good, you do good. I'm happy for you, and yeah, picks up to him, and you can see the type of career he had at Sundowns, at Al Ahly, and look now, he's about to maybe do miracles in the team of Saudi Arabia, maybe surviving if they win the last game.
Hmm. And you also got to play in the national team. I remember Coach Shakes, when he was calling you up, he referred to you as a tiger, um, just based on that style of play. Just just on representing the national team and being overseen by Coach Shakes, mashallah.
Yeah, Coach H, me and him, we had a good relationship at national team. We always come to me individually. He said, he liked me, and because I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a fighter. I don't care where you're from or who you are. But when you're up against me, you're gonna feel me. You're gonna, and that's those kind of talks that I had with Coach Sykes. Yeah, and there was like a drill that we do every time. He likes to play 11v11, but you're only allowed to mark one man on the field. Wherever you go, you must go. You must follow. It's a game called track the runner. So uh, there was one training session I had to learn Sarero. I must track him, and you know how skillful he is, and how silky and his movement. So it's difficult to mark him very tight. But that day at training, Tulani didn't get anything right. So I think that is where the respect came from, because Tulani was now, our best player in that moment. So, and he really liked the way I conduct myself that time with national team.
Mm. And recently, I saw a, a picture of you and a video of you running. I think it was the marathon, and you're wearing Luke Fleurs' jersey. Um, just on the loss of Luke Fleurs and just how tragic it is. And just what did you think of the incident and just losing such a young talent?
Yeah, when I look at those kind of situations, I think about Madisa. I think about Andries from Stellenbosch, young center backs that I admire the way they played in the coming through. Luke Fleurs the same, and I had Madisa also at national team when he was maybe 17 years old. I played with him at Sundowns. I had him there, you know. So these kind of boys, and Luke Fleurs, I had him at SuperSport United. I know they have all the ability playing from the back and doing certain things, but as a defender, you need to be sometimes different. You need to do the dirty work. You need to learn how to head the ball. You need to carry a team. How can I say, making that vital tackles. But these boys, they're the modern type. You see, they're the modern type where they're just thinking they're the best defenders by playing the ball and passing the ball around. They don't want to tackle. They don't want to header. They don't want to do the dirty work. And that's where I came in, because of my style. Maybe they can improve. I had Luke Fleurs maybe for 6 months after training, just know how to hit the ball, because everything he leaves the ball, he tuck, or he want to play from the back. I said no. Sometimes it doesn't require that. Sometimes you have to put your head to the ball. So for me, spending so much time with these boys after training and those kind of things, I could see the potential. I could see that they're gonna go somewhere in their careers. They're gonna make something big, and because they had the modern day football in them. And for me, it's really sad what happened. The situation with the car accident or car hijacking. You know, it just for me, it's how can I say, for a colored boy, a car is like your girlfriend. A car is like your girlfriend. So I feel like giving up your girlfriend just like that, you're gonna feel hard done by. And I don't know what happened really, what expired on the night, but I could understand maybe what was his thinking, and yeah, and it's also an example maybe for future players or for other players that is maybe find themselves in the same situation. Just let it go. Your life is more important, and don't fight for a car, or don't go back onto it. You can you're gonna buy another car. Don't fight it. Let it be. But obviously, in our society, is really difficult. Really, really difficult. And I think how people should step in there and really make a statement, because we can't lose our young talent like that every time.
Hmm. Very tragic indeed.
Yeah.
And now to speak of centre back, you speak of potential and the talent and just how you admire centre back who can play from the back, who can also defend.
Mm.
I think of Rivaldo, Coetzee, for example. Um, just seeing him grow and develop into the player he is, like what is your impression of him, and do you really think that he's fulfilled his true potential?
I think, you know, because of his natural personality, I think maybe that's why he doesn't excel the way we would all love to him to excel. He's still, he's laid back. You can see it on his field. On the field, he's composed. He has so much time and space in the world because of his personality, of his characteristics, you know. And if I had a player like Rivaldo, I don't think he's a player that is a center back that can lead from the back, that can demand, you must do this, you must do that, move to the left, move to the right. I think maybe those are kind of things in terms of leadership, in terms of in a center back role, we have to command others. I think he does a perfect job in how can I say, lead by his performance. He lead by the way he play, and we all love the way he plays. I still feel like a number six position is his best position. If he wants to obviously make a step to Europe or wherever, I know he played for Bafana center back, and it was amazing. It was amazing playing there. I know I was on the bench while he was playing. So and he was, I think, 19 or
18.
18, 19 years old while he was, and I was looking at this boy. Said, yeah. The only thing I wanted from him maybe is to communicate a little bit more to the other center back, to the other one, to the midfield, to control a little bit, those kind of things. And I think maybe that's something that he can develop still. But obviously, like I said, his personality and his character is not like that. But he's a great football player. Big respect for him, the way he played the game.
Hmm. You also went to Ajax Amsterdam, I remember, with Kama,
Now I was with
with
Serrero.
with Cream, yes, Toto. Uh, just your experience on that. But I also I'm interested in, because you played with Kama Billiard, you saw him arrive in South Africa, you played with him in Ice Cape Town. Um, I'm trying to wait for this plane to
Mm,
pass. In the same vein, you also got to witness his greatness. Just what he was doing in Ice Cape Town, what he was doing at Sundowns,
mm.
in his later part at Chiefs as well. Why do you think someone as talented as Karma didn't make it there, or he's no longer in the PSL or in Europe, if I may say?
Uh, I don't think it's a case of he didn't make it there. I think it's a case of there was opportunities for him to go overseas. I think the decision was maybe for him uh, earning X amount in South Africa and don't need to go to overseas. If you look at the spell that he had with Ajax, really put him on the map. Big Sundowns move, yes. uh, it's good for him. And then Kaiser Chiefs or Belgium or somewhere Saudi Arabia. If you look at Knowledge Masona, that the pathway that he took. I don't think it's a case that he didn't make it in Europe. I think it's a choice for him that he made a choice that he wanted maybe to stay here because he can get X amount by also another big team in South Africa. And it's out there, the salaries that they are getting. You go to Belgium, and you compare maybe to Kaiser Chiefs or to a Sundowns now currently, it's almost like I'd rather stay here. If you get what I'm saying. But obviously, players that is so talented, they have to make a choice in terms of, and that's just a lot of players gonna have to make this choice, where they're going for career choices in terms of where do you see yourself maybe in 10 years time, playing in Europe and maybe not making the money now, but maybe in a later stage, or I can still enjoy my football here and make a lot of money here now currently because my situation is maybe I need that uh, my big money move currently now. You see, so I don't think it's a case where he didn't make it to Europe. I just think it's a choice for him to stay in South Africa because of the salary that he was earning at Kaiser Chiefs and Sundowns.
Hmm. Interesting. And you spoke of Oswin Andres, you spoke of Matisha, just look Fleurs as well, maybe
Mm.
it's always just um, just in terms of the talents that you've seen in the PSL or in South Africa that excite you and its prospects that we can look forward in the nearby future.
Yeah, phew, this boy stay here by me. Oswana Polis. He's still here by the flats, yeah.
Oh,
Just yeah.
yeah.
Oswana Polis.
Mm.
If I don't say he must go to too big of a club because it's kind of limited his game time, because he needs to play a lot more football. Get what I'm saying? So yeah, for me this is one, Oswana Polis. The other one is from Orlando Pirates. Was it Mofokeng?
Yes, okay.
Phew, that boy, a really, really good player. For me in the PSL, he showed now uh, what he can do. And there's a few young players at Cape Town Spurs, if they're in the right environment where they can grow. For me, I think Asanela Velabai, if he's in the right environment, he can use his talent much better. I see Esli Kibutu, if he's also playing maybe with players that, how can I say, improve his game, maybe go to a better quality team and where maybe like compete a little bit more so he can make steps in his career. Yeah, so if you look at these boys, they may be 7, 8 years at Cape Town Spurs, Ajax. So they're gonna become a little bit more comfortable with the situation with the club. When you stay so long with the club, you're getting a little bit comfortable with the situation, with your routine. If you take them out, maybe to different clubs, hopefully they can grow. Bruce and Dortley, these players are really, really good for me. Yeah, they have a bright future.